will come with the abolition of time-consuming customs checks at borders. Delays now cost businesses an estimated £17 billion a year.
A lot of people have done a lot of work preparing themselves. Businesses have done so, certainly the sensible ones, ready for the kick-off.
It'll be some time, if ever, before it's as easy to move around the real Europe as this model village here in Brussels. But the establishment of the single market, starting officially on January the 1st, is seen as a significant step towards creating an economic union, with the community trading as one, not 12. Libby Wiener, ITN, Brussels.
Well, Robert Hall is in Southampton now. Robert, it's going to make quite a difference.
Certainly is, Carol. Let's start with the basics, which is that duty-free allowance. Here's your current allowance: 300 cigarettes, 1.5 litres of spirits, 5 litres of wine, 50 litres of beer. In a couple of days' time, you'll barely be able to fit your new allowance into an average car, because you'll be able to bring back 800 cigarettes, 10 litres of spirits, 90 litres of wine and 110 litres of beer. And as Libby said, if you can prove it's for your own use, you can actually bring back more than that.
Aren't traders here going to be badly affected?
Well, the signs are that traders are taking their own initiatives, and not only traders. This ferry behind me is one of a number that are going on booze cruises, specially tailored to cross-channel shopping. In Dover, they've launched something called the White Cliffs Welcome, which is teaching traders or encouraging them to learn other languages so that they can welcome Europeans to shops which actually, in some cases, have more competitive prices than those over the water.
Thank you, Robert. Have a nice evening. A 28-year-old man has appeared in a Liverpool court charged with attempting to murder policewoman Leslie Harrison. Stephen Doyle from Everton also faces 7 other charges. He was remanded in custody until the end of next month.
After a third night in hospital, WPC Harrison is said to be improving but still in intensive care. Leslie, filmed here after a previous attack, has told her family that she will return to work. Her bravery has been praised by the Prime Minister in a telephone call to her parents. The attack in Wavertree, which nearly killed her, is the 4th in her 5-year career. Today, a 28-year-old unemployed man from Liverpool appeared before the city's magistrates following the incident. Stephen Doyle, who was also taken to hospital after the arrest, appeared in court with a black eye. His hand was in a bandage and he had a cut on his chin. A total of 8 charges were read out against him, including attempted murder, 1 wounding, 3 of attempted wounding, and 1 of taking a taxi unlawfully. He was remanded in custody until the 27th of January. Anya Sitharam, ITN, at Liverpool Magistrates Court.
President Bush says he'll hold a New Year summit with President Yeltsin to sign the START II treaty on reducing long-range nuclear weapons. Mr. Bush said the treaty was good for all mankind. The 2 leaders will meet in the Russian Black Sea resort of Sochi this weekend. Britain's charities are having a tough time because of the recession. Some of the biggest and best known have suffered a dramatic slump in donations. A new study says people are giving less but relying on charities for help more than ever before.
Another 50 pence for Bernardo's, but the charity shops have suffered along with the rest of the high street this year. It's thought that donations to British charities declined for the first time in 1992. Bernardo's income fell so much it had to dip into nearly £2 million of its reserves.
It's getting harder for people to exist in their day-to-day lives. They have to work out their own priorities. If there's only so much to go around, they have to decide who to give it to and how much to give.
With less money to go round, charities are increasingly spending more, persuading us they should have it. In the last 5 years, the 5 biggest charities have greatly increased their budgets for fundraising and advertising.
Some may be turning to new forms of fundraising income, but at the end of the day there is a limit to how many new forms of income can be found.
TV commercials like this one for Childline are an increasingly useful way of getting a slice of the charity cake.
Hello, you're through to Childline.
This one was made for nothing, but other charities will be spending much more on their ad campaigns next year and expecting to receive much less in return.
Now, it was the storyline of a hit movie, but no one ever expected to see it for real. Police in Chicago have arrested a couple who left their 2 young daughters at home over Christmas while they went on a beach holiday. In the film Home Alone, a small boy is left behind by his parents while they go on vacation.
Can you tell us why you left the kids?
They've been called America's most hated couple, arrested in Chicago after getting back from a holiday in Mexico. They left their 2 young daughters home alone over Christmas. It's a case that's attracted widespread condemnation from the public here because of the success of the Home Alone movies.
What else could we be forgetting?
Our troubles will be ours.
9-year-old Nicole and 4-year-old Diana were left to fend for themselves over Christmas while their parents sunbathed on a beach in Acapulco. They never once called home to check on their children.
Time I would feel really pretty wondering what they were doing and where they are.
The family home was clean and well stocked with plenty of food for the children, but their plight came to light when the smoke alarm in the house went off after their parents had left, and they called in the emergency services. The neighbors were shocked.
I just left the kids in the house and said, you know, where's your mom and dad? Oh, they're in Mexico.
They can't take care of their children. What are these people really like? What really is going on?
The children have been made wards of court and are staying with their grandmother. The parents have been charged with child abandonment, cruelty and endangerment. They're now staying in Kane County Jail. David Chater, ITN, in Washington.
The main news again. Foreign Secretary Douglas Hurd has warned Serbia that Britain is ready to use force to prevent a full-scale war in the Balkans. Record amounts of cash withdrawn from banks before Christmas as talk of an end to the recession continues. And thousands of Britons are planning spending sprees on the continent. All trade barriers are being abolished on January the 1st. And that's Wednesday's early evening news. Till 5:40 tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hello, good evening. Well, the cold really did bite hard today. In fact, early on it was actually warmer in parts of Shetland at 3 degrees, then down in Surrey -8. And the coldest temperatures of all were reserved for the Borders, -12 or a bone-biting 10 degrees Fahrenheit. But the good news to cheer us all up is the fact it's very much getting milder overnight. Now, this is the way our Met Office satellite sequence explains things. Basically, it's because of cloud moving in from the west, heralding a change for the new year. And with that cloud comes weather fronts. The first one giving off the odd burst of rain, not amounting to anything very much at all, but the second one being the more significant one, an occluded front, and that really represents unsettled weather ahead. As for tonight, it's very much a case of cloudy skies. We could see bits and pieces of rain as well as sleet in the far northwest, and then the important thing, freezing fog troubling the north and east of Scotland and England, as well as East Anglia. But that's very much early on, because as the night wears on, temperatures will recover again, and in fact we ought to end the night on a warmer note than during the day today. So on to tomorrow's weather. For England and Wales, very much cloudy skies. We could see bits and pieces of rain, drizzle, even sleet around western coasts there, and the odd burst of brightness showing through. On to Northern Ireland and Scotland, cloudy skies in Northern Ireland, some rain and possibly sleet for Scotland, but that brighter weather following on behind. And then during the course of the day, the brighter weather slowly sinks southwards, but then we get even more unsettled weather behind that. Temperature-wise, markedly milder than today, a high of 7, which is 45 Fahrenheit. Altogether, a better day for getting out and about and walking off those Christmas successes. That's all from me. Here's the summary.
The ancestral trail.
When he who is the chosen one shall tread upon the ancient path and battle there to overcome
The forces of the dark. The ancestral trail, an epic story of myths, magic, and monsters. In each part, follow the trail to strange new lands and to meet terrifying beasts. Use your monster cards and ancient map to solve the ultimate quest, victory over the forces of the dark. The ancestral trail.
In the wet, you can't choose a better tire than a Uniroyal.
Wedges in the ruffles, the causes the kerfuffles.
Mostin! Notice anything different about me?
Yes, well, the stupid smug grin's the same as usual.
No, Mostin.
And the medallion, yes, very tasteful.
Actually, this astute financial investment was a free introductory offer from these people.
Sproggett and Sylvester? Never heard of them.
Oh, smart cookies. They could do a lot for you.
Yes, well, actually, I got my little lot for the Alliance and Leicester.
You don't want to get involved with these fly-by-night financial cowboys, Mostin.
This is one of the biggest building societies in the country.
Size isn't everything, is it, Mostin?
No. But they've got things like phone banking.
No. Sproggett and Sylvester have got phones coming out of their ears.
Well, I bet they haven't got a cash card that you can use in other people's machines.
Mostin, this card could get me into Fort Knox.
Now then. Right.
Mostin?
You get a drafter investor at Sproggett and Sylvester.
One wabbit, one. Here comes the farmer with his gun. Bang, 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 bang goes the farmer's gun. So one wabbit, one. Hey, what's up, Doc? Whoa, the wabbit's got Weetabix. Run, farmer, quick. Here comes the wabbit with the Weetabix. Yum, now I'll stop your tricks. So run, farmer, quick.
Have you had your Weetabix?
I don't believe in shortcuts. To get hair like mine in great condition, I thought I had to use a separate shampoo and conditioner. A 2-in-1 couldn't be as good. Then I tried Wash and Go. I thought, this is going to be a struggle, but it wasn't. Won't condition nearly enough, but it did.
The only 2-in-1 with Vidal Sassoon Salon Conditioner is Wash and Go.
I still don't believe in shortcuts, but if there's a smarter way, I'll take it.
Vidal Sassoon Wash and Go. Great hair, no fuss.
Blue's famous carpet sale is now on.